They fly straight and they group tight, and that's what really matters with archery. What's going on, guys? Protaz here with Protaz Adventures. Welcome back to my channel. If you're popping in for the first time, welcome. I'd love to earn your subscription today, so please subscribe down below, as it will help me grow this YouTube channel and, you know, progress into something big in the future, hopefully, with all you guys watching and subscribing. With that being said, today's video is a special one. We're doing another archery arrow review. That's right. Quick little rundown. Sanlida Archery. I've been buying a lot of their products just out of my own pocket. And they reached out and they said, hey, we see you're shooting these arrows and you're giving these reviews. We want to send you our top tier arrow. So I'm like, hey, why not? Let me do another review. I'm already doing reviews. So this is a non-biased video. If I see something I don't like, I'm going to tell you guys. And if I like something, I'm gonna also tell you guys. So if I could do a solid one for you, I'm gonna start reviewing cheap arrows. That way you guys don't have to break the budget when you're starting archery. The Sanlida Archery arrows that I'm reviewing, they're not US made. They are third world country, China made, but that's not to say that they don't shoot good. I'm sure they're gonna be straight out here today. We're gonna be shooting 20 yards. If the sun holds up, like I said in my last video, we'll try to go beyond that. I'm just trying to give you guys a quick rundown on this arrow and give you guys like a really good like bushwhacker experience. Guys, I'm not trying to get all technical with all the arrows that I review. The biggest thing right now is just coming out and practicing and giving you guys like a raw review of what I think about the Sanlida Dragon 10s. As these arrows are pretty top of the line. They've got basically all the top of the line features that, you know, Gold Tip, East, and all these other brands have. They're super cheap, super affordable. I'm also making commission on these arrows, not a lot, just a little bit. If you guys want to support the channel and buy some cheap arrows for yourself, click that link down below and pick yourself up some nice arrows. Guys, with that being said, I just want to say that we're going to show you guys these arrows. We're going to review them, and there's going to be a link down below. I am making a small percentage on these arrows, so if you want to support the channel and support me and the future growth of this channel, definitely pick up some arrows for yourself. Put them on your fireplace mantle, you know, just be like, Protaz Adventures, like, that's the guy, you know. So whatever you guys want to do, thank you guys for watching. You guys don't have to buy anything, but that'd be awesome. All right, guys, so these are the Sanlida Archery Dragon 10s. Now, this company sent these arrows to me for free to test. They sent me 24 arrows. I believe that if you buy 24 arrows, it's about $99 for 24. I got 12 arrows with me today, or do I have 12? I've got 10 arrows. I've got 10 arrows with me today, and let's talk about the specs. Let's get into it, and let's start shooting some arrows. All right, guys, Sanlida Archery. They are established in 1998. They are China's largest like arrow manufacturing facility slash company that produces all of the archery accessories, bows, arrows. I think they have flagship, really nice bows that I really want to review. So Sanlida, if you're watching, I definitely, you know, send me one of those puppies so I can, you know, show my viewers here. So let's talk about this arrow. 24T pure carbon, 100% carbon arrow right here. 0.001 straightness. So these are the elites of all of them. Really, really straight arrows. What I really like about these arrows is they have blazer fletches. So the Dragon 8s that I reviewed, they had, I don't even know what kind of fletches. Honestly, they weren't the greatest fletches. I don't know who made them, but knowing that they have the blazer fletches up here just shows that the quality is a lot better with these higher model arrows. I can't say that these are GT series nocks, but they do look like GT series nocks. These are supposed to have insane speed and good kinetic punch. We're going to find out today at 20 yards and potentially 30 yards. They fly straight and they group tight, and that's what really matters with archery. You want to be able to be precise with your shot, and you want to be able to keep your group tight, so that way when it comes to hunting in the field, you are ready to go and you can hunt with something that is reliable, safe, and budget friendly. So who doesn't like that? So one of the biggest thing for me is the nocks, and safety is the biggest thing for me, and I want to see how well they snap into the bow and if they sit nicely on the string. A lot of these cheap nocks from these cheaper brands, they're kind of loose in the string, so it becomes pretty dangerous when you're firing these. But just looking at these nocks, they do look like GT series nocks. I think they're going to do really great out there. Overall, they look just like any other arrow that's on the market, but looks can be deceiving. So I think the biggest thing would be talking about the accuracy and how well they'll penetrate and how well they shoot when I start shooting these arrows. I do want to do a test here, a bend test. Oh, they got a ton. Usually cheap arrows will snap. You'll hear them crackling. Got nothing. I'll shoot this arrow too. So the cool thing about these arrows is they come in various spines. You're not limited to like a few spine selections. You have 250 to 500 to play with. So depending on your setup, these will work great. Now, these are only good up to 70-pound bows. If you're a backyard guy like me and you're only shooting 55, 65, 70 pounds, these are gonna be great for you. So this is kind of limited to the poundage of bow you're shooting. So that's kind of like one of the negatives about this is I'm not too sure if you'd want to shoot this with the 80-pound bow. The biggest review here is just to tell you that this is a budget-friendly arrow with premium upgrades that shoots very consistently, and you guys will see that today. If the straightness is what they say it is and the group is tight, I see no problem hunting with this, and I'd love to hunt with this for a future video. So let's get into shooting. That was kind of like the little specs on this arrow here. You guys can find better specs online. This is kind of just a guy out here in the woods having a good time and shooting some bows. All right, guys, before we start shooting these arrows and finding out the real test behind these arrows, I just want to leave you guys with the verse of the day. Luke 6:36, be compassionate as your Father is compassionate. So if you guys are in the comments pirating away and telling me my form sucks, be compassionate. So that's all I wanted to say. Let's get in the video. Let's start shooting these. So with these, they come in full lengths of 32 inches. I shoot full lengths because my draw is 31.5 inches. So I wish there was an option where you could select on their website how many inches you need and they can pre-cut them for you. But unfortunately, they don't have that option. At least I don't think they do. So check out their website. Maybe they do have that option. Maybe you can message them. They can cut them for you to length. But I shoot full arrows. I never have to cut them. And that's my spiel. All right, guys, so we just finished a 20-yard task of finding out if these arrows are even worth it. The only concern I have with these is the black and red fletches. Now, they're great fletches and all that, but I wish they were white and red so you could actually see them in the target, or potentially a different color. When you're standing back there, you don't really know where you're shooting. And then the knock is also black, so that doesn't really help you. And if you lose an arrow, good luck finding it. When you're out here in God's country, if you're missing an arrow, you're not finding it. So you're gonna have to get a weed whacker out here and figure out that situation. But we're gonna show you guys the grouping right now at 20 yards, and we're gonna hopefully get a 30-yard shot, a round of 30-yard shots in, and then we could talk about it. So let's talk about the grouping now and show you guys how the arrows did. All right, guys, look at these arrows. Wow, look at that. Pretty consistent. Now, this is my up and down situation I got going on, but nevertheless, we're looking at some amazing shooting right here. Look at that. They're like stacked on one another. Look at this. Boom. That is awesome. So they're flying really straight. They have good punching power. Not the craziest punching power, but they are penetrating and they're doing what they're supposed to. So capability wise, I know they can go further. 20 yards isn't the craziest distance, and I know 30 and 40 would be perfect to try out with these. We also want to do broadheads with these and all kinds of other fixed blades, so that way it could prove to you guys that they fly straight. Sorry, a mosquito just bit me on the knee. But hey, these arrows are doing fantastic. They're grouping really good. Obviously, my shooting, you know, still perfecting it. So it's not going to be dialed like some of those bigger dudes on YouTube that are out there with their $15,000 bows having a good time. But hey, they're doing them and I'm doing me. So we're doing it all together. All a happy family. So with that said, let's talk about the cons. I already see a con. One kind of con I have with this is the knock. Let me see if I could show you guys. It kind of comes out. So you got to kind of press it back in. But once you press it back in, it's back and sturdy in. But when I was shooting a couple arrows down there, I noticed some of the knocks, they kind of came out of the tip there. So you could change these out for way better knocks, or you could glue them in, you know, whatever you want to do. I'm going to try some 30-yard shots and some 40-yard shots for you guys. I think I'm gonna shoot 2 or 3 arrows for you guys. 3 at 30, 3 at 40 to kind of wrap up the video. How do you like them apples at 30 yards? Let's go, dude. 30 yards, what a rush. We're way out there having a good time. We're dialed, boys. 20 yards ain't nothing. 30 yards ain't nothing. I mean, grouping isn't the craziest, but we're in the center. This deer is absolutely dead. And we got the triangle. We got the Bermuda Triangle going on over here. Check that out, guys. You know, they're not stacking one another, no. But at 30 yards, I'm very happy with this. And this is consistency. You guys just got to get out there and start shooting, you know. So we're going to start shooting 40s now to show you guys the grouping at 40 yards. Let's go. I'm pumped about this. All right, guys, I'm doing a 40-yard shot. I'm going to have the camera facing 40 yards. So that way you guys could probably see the arrow fly. But I'm pumped about this. Let's go. 40 yards. Get it dialed. Let's go, dude. All right, guys, we just shot 40 yards. 40 yards is always a tough one for me because I don't shoot long distances, but hey, check this out. Wow, we're improving. Let's go. 40 yards, you know, we're not in the center, but we're keeping it kind of groovy over here. We're pretty close to each other. We're not like up here and down there and over there. So something different here. Something is shaking in my boots and telling me I'm going to be a pro shooter one day. I'm not going to win any awards with these shots, you know, from 40 yards. But we're consistent. We're within 1.5 inches of each other here. Maybe 2 inches here. But awfully to the right here a little bit. We got some shots to the right. We got a lot to work on. But hey, 40 yards is a long distance for me. So I'm going to pat myself on the back for that. 40 yards is no joke. It's a long distance, not going to lie. Whoever is out there saying they can shoot 80 and stack arrows, you guys are absolute animals because that takes skill and a lot of practice. So good on you for that. Honestly, guys, their budget, they're amazing. They're premium. They have good stuff. They have a couple like little things, you know, but for $4 or $5 arrows, you cannot go wrong. So don't sleep. Sanlida Archery, Dragon 10s. You guys saw the shots. Pretty good stuff. You know, they could do better if you're a more elite shooter and you're, you know, like the Marine sniper of the archery game. You could definitely stack these, but hey, we're having fun out here. We're learning, we're teaching, and we're entertaining. That's the biggest thing. So this is an entertainment channel, but also a resourceful place where you guys could come and, you know, learn something new about some new archery bow arrows that you could potentially buy in the link down below. So thank you guys again so much for watching. I appreciate all you guys. Comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.